What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you a viewer-submitted replay commentary. This time it is, again, from Never Aim, the guy who seems to love to send me videos. There we go, him zooming out there, letting me actually see what's going on. This time it is in an ELC AMX. So the ELC, he's playing a Tier 5 light tank in a Tier 7 match. Not exactly ideal. And so really just, he's going to have to really work at it to do well this match. Saying good luck then to something. Not sure exactly what. Now the teams are pretty even. This is an encounter battle on Murovanka. Yes, I know the previous match was on this, but keep in mind this is also going to be a back-to-back. Now the ELC, having played it for all of 10 matches, I got a somewhat of a feel for it. It handles pretty decently. It has a good penetration gun. I think it, if I recall correctly, it has 170 penetration. Yes, it does. So quite a punch on it and 240 damage. Now it does have a long reload time. And yeah, he's apparently chatting it up with his team. His team did leave some stuff to watch the force, making sure that enemy team isn't going to just sneak right through there. Apparently artillery getting a good kill right there. Now, keep in mind, Never Aim's team does have a slight artillery advantage. The enemy team only has 2 Tier 4s, and his team has a Tier 4 and a Tier 5, which is a significant difference. Apparently, the enemy team sending nothing to the capture point. Now, one thing to keep in mind with the ELC, it functions a lot like a tank destroyer in terms of how its gun works. That turret does not turn more than, I would say, 10-15 degrees to either side, if even that. Never Aim apparently getting caught up in the chat here, so you don't have anything, not even a KV-1S gun or something. He's talking about, apparently someone's complaining about being stock or something or other. I'm not Never Aim saying the ELC AMX is not a scout. It certainly doesn't have to be played like a scout. It, like I said, it packs that punch. It actually hits very hard for a Tier 5 and a Tier 5 light tank at that. In fact, I think it hits harder. Ooh, there we go. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. I think it hits harder than the T1 HT. So yeah, it's not something that should be taken lightly. Sure, it really doesn't have armor or health or really anything, but honestly, I'd take an ELC over a Panzer IV. Like right there, exactly what I was talking about. That ELC Never Aim just completely annihilating that Panzer IV, kind of sitting on the capture point. And even though he said he's not a scout, he is really just giving his team valuable information, letting them know, hey, the enemy team has this many tanks going for the capture point. And since he has that 170 penetration gun, he can tango with those Tier 7 tanks without too much difficulty. That KV-3 apparently getting shelled relentlessly. The enemy team not really doing much here, but still doing fairly well for themselves. Up by 1 tank at this point. Never Aim's team might be in a bit of trouble, and wow, Never Aim himself not looking too shabby. In fact, I would say he is pretty doomed. He's using the Su-85 for some cover, utilizing his speed to where the enemy team is having a hard time hitting him, and he just, whoa, he just weaved right in and out. Oh my gosh, using the ELC's nice speed and maneuverability to dodge shells left and right. Man, I thought he was doomed right there. You do not want to troll. Man, yes, I agree, Never Aim. I'd be trolling them so hard right now. You just, oh man, you just cheated death, my friend. I cannot believe you survived that. There is no reason why you should have lived through that. Apparently bouncing a shell off that T-43. 2 kills still at this point. You know, that Su-85 met his doom to you, and I was surprised you did not meet your doom. Still, the enemy team has quite a bit of significant forces over here. You may not be a scout tank, or you may not believe you're a scout tank, but you sure just functioned as one. Will you get the kill on this KV-1S? Yes, use some accuracy here, take the shot, and falling just a bit short. I think that was on the low end of your average damage. Yes, it was. So that KV-1S getting very lucky. But let's see for how much longer he will remain lucky, because I have a feeling that you will be his demise at this point. Your team has pulled ahead. So Never Aim's team doing very well for himself. Themselves. There we go. The artillery finishing off that KV-1S. A bit of a kill steal, but nothing. Honestly, I don't really complain about kill steals in this game. It's a team game. If I helped kill someone and someone else finish them off, I'm completely fine with that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, kills are nice, but it's just better to win. I prefer winning over kills, and that's all there is to it. But Never Aim playing very cautiously, kind of being a scout tank in this capacity, popping over, just spotting these tanks for artillery, so artillery can bring the pain. 7 for 7 at this point. The enemy team having a slight disadvantage considering they only have 2 artillery pieces, and that really means they effectively have 6 tanks left, and Never Aim's team doing pretty well for themselves. The T-43 getting completely outnumbered here, just going to meet his doom. Never Aim getting the final shot, and this SU-100 can kill Never Aim in one shot. I am certain of that. So Never Aim playing very cautiously, using the ELC's low profile to his advantage, just making sure these hills hide him so that little SU-100 cannot shoot him. And here we go. He looks like he's trying to get a flank on it, kind of coordinating with his T-25/2. KV-1 getting some shots off on this M6, and Never Aim, ooh, be a little careful there, buddy. Cheating death yet again. The SU-100 meeting his doom to that M6, and this KV-1 probably going to follow suit very quickly, you know. Our enemy artillery apparently trying to ruin Never Aim's day, but not doing too great of a job of it. And Never Aim kind of falling back, not really sure. Oh, he's going back to save his artillery from an IS. Ooh. Yeah, there are 2 tank destroyers back there, currently an M18 and an SU-85. They are capable of damaging and potentially killing that IS, especially if artillery goes TD mode on that IS, and it looks like he attempted to. But the IS in a world of trouble right now. He is outnumbered 4-1. Yes, he may be a higher tier than everyone, but numbers account for a lot more than tiers, in my opinion. You can be a tier 10 tank going up against... Ooh, Never Aim almost getting shot there. You can be a tier 10 tank going up against tier 7s, but if those tier 7s outnumber you 4-1, 5-1, you're gonna die. The enemy team, this IS getting a nice solid hit, Never Aim hitting for 1 point over his average damage. Artillery attempting to ruin his day. The artillery, Never Aim's artillery, that 13 FA3AM, the AMX-13F, I'm just going to call it. The AMX-13, whatever. Killing that IS, so doing very well for himself. Never Aim up to 3 kills at this point, doing very well for a tier 5 light tank in a tier 7 match. Cheating death, ruining people's days, and you know, just absolutely making sure this enemy team hates their life. This Panzer IV very quickly going to meet his doom, either to this IS or to Never Aim. It looks like it's probably going to be Never Aim at this point. There we go, Never Aim getting a 4th kill, doing very well actually. Artillery and Never Aim working very well in just at being, you know, even though they aren't on any sort of chat network in the same clan or anything. The IS calling Never Aim a kill-stealing noob. Wow, that guy needs to calm down a bit. I'm not going to really comment on that because you all know how I feel about that. I just said it this match. But Never Aim doing very well for himself. He is far from a noob. You know, he is playing very well this match. Definitely... his team owes him a great deal for their victory. They're on the capture point now. Now, this isn't a counter battle, so the capture point's in the middle of the map. There is no enemy or friendly base. And, you know, the IS maybe, you know, complaining a bit more, you know, whining. It's not really that big of a deal. Never Aim deciding, hey, I'm going to go kill some artillery, because that sounds like fun. The enemy team never really doing much of a push in the forest. You know, a strong majority of their forces were near the capture point, as we saw when Never Aim spotted. And the enemy team just really not really able to get ahead here. Like I said, Never Aim ruining their day, distracting them, and spotting them for artillery, which is why the 13 has so many kills at this point. Never Aim going to finish off that M7, waiting for pinpoint accuracy there to ensure he got the kill. Artillery trying to get that kill, but not quite. And there is going to be one more artillery, and I would just love to know where this M18 on the enemy team is. He seems to have completely disappeared, apparently just trying to stay alive. This Greel will meet his demise right here. Oh! Never Aim missing that shot. That Greel cheating death, you know, surviving to fight another day. Never Aim kind of waiting for his reload. Honestly, I would have just rammed him. I would have rammed that poor little artillery piece and watched him blow up and as our tanks collided. But Never Aim not quite as crazy as me, which is probably a good thing. Deciding to wait and take the shot. His team's still on the capture point. The IS complaining yet some more, man. Yeah, I agree with Never Aim. IS, stop whining and get good. You have 0 kills, my friend. Never Aim, wow, I just realized that was his 6th kill. So he managed to get Top Gun. This match going on for quite a while here. At least it feels like a while. It's coming up on the 10-minute mark. And his team looking like they're going to win by capture. Now, will Never Aim get a 7th kill? I don't know. Honestly, I remember him telling me he got Top Gun in the email, but... I do not recall if he said he got bolters, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. The enemy team just going to lose by getting captured. which isn't something you see all that often in an encounter battle, to be honest. Most of the time you see the one team just get completely annihilated. Captures are not too common on an encounter battle. There's that M18 apparently trying to get towards his artillery. Whoa, that was a lucky shot. So, doing very well for himself. Ooh, wow. Oh, that would explain it. Times 3, I'm like, 3,000? How do you get that on a times 2? So, but still, doing very well for himself. Good amount of experience and credits. Personal achievements, 3 damage, 6 killed, 14 shots, 11 hitting the target, and taking 2 hits, and a little less than 50% health. So, Battle Heroes, Top Gun going to Never Game, Invader going to that T-34. Yeah, that's never fun to try and capture a base single-handedly on an encounter battle, because it takes extra long. But Never Aim, wow, I just have to say, man, you cheated death, and you were you were ruining that enemy's team's day. Bruh, bruh, bruh. I tripped over my tongue a little there. So anyway, let me just go to the next replay, and you will see me in, well, you'll hear me, yeah, you know what I mean. Next replay. And I'm back. So this time it is another game from Never Aim. I promise you, I did not plan this. This is just the order the replays are in, and I am doing them in chronological order. In other words, the order in which I received them. There was supposed to be an artillery game, but from Beast, but he didn't actually attach the file. And I mean, that's one of those things I just realized right now when I went to go do the commentary. Anyway. Not really too big of an issue. Beast, if you're watching this and you have the file, you can try to resubmit it if you want to, but like I said, it's not too big of a deal, and yeah. Anyway, this time it is an encounter battle yet again, but this time it is on Himmelsdorf, a map that plays very differently from the from Murovanka. So it looks like, you know, Never Aim apparently going to be only one of 2 tanks taking the hill. This could turn out very bad. Now, this is a lower tier match. This is a tier 3 match. So, kind of bringing you guys something a little different, I suppose. Never Aim said he likes it, and since you guys like it as well, you know, playing some lower tier battles, seeing how the game operates through the entire spread. You know, not just the mid tiers or the high tiers, but the low tiers can be fun. The enemy team, I perceive, as having a slight advantage. That Bison taking a panic shot and completely missing. Oh, wow. That's a bit fearsome. I've never played with the... What is this, a T-43? T-46. I've never played with the T-46. But apparently it looks like it's a pretty decent tier 3 tank. We will see. The enemy team apparently sending nothing to the hill except artillery. So the fact that Never Aim's team didn't really send anything there, not really an issue. Never Aim playing pretty smart here, realizing that he did not want to engage right there, especially with so many tanks watching him. The T2 medium tank apparently choosing to... apparently Never Aim choosing to shoot the building, but the T2 falling back and to support this Panzer 3? I'm sorry, the screen's blurring a little. There we go. Panzer 3 Alpha, which is going to die right here. This tank functions a little awkwardly. The first burst is a 3-shot burst, and the second one is a 2-shot. I'm not quite sure why it functions like that, but you know, it seems to be something that Never Aim knows how to use quite effectively. Up to 3 kills at this point, doing very well for himself. His team absolutely decimating this enemy team. You know, it's 5-2 at this point, up by 3 kills. So that is a very comfortable lead. Hopefully his team doesn't get too complacent, too overconfident, and lose that lead too quickly. So right here we are going to see Never Aim doing the whole flanking maneuver. And he got lucky. Let's face it, he got very lucky that the enemy team sent nothing to the hill, considering his team only sent 2 tanks to the hill. If they sent anything to the hill, that would be the usual number that teams send to that hill, he would have been doomed. Never Aim choosing to ignore that B1 and go straight for this Su-76, deciding to prioritize this tier 3 tank destroyer and take him out. And I'm sorry, it was not a B1, it is a D2. The B1 is the tier 5, if I recall correctly, and I'm getting way ahead of myself in terms of tank trees. So Never Aim, for some reason, choosing to ignore that D2, shooting underneath the tracks at a tank that just got blown up. So a little bit unfortunate there, but this Panzer 3, his team, Never Aim's team, ahead by 6 kills, 7 kills at this point. Never Aim having 5 of those 9 kills that his team has acquired, and potentially going to get a 6th right here, shooting and missing, but then deciding to actually take the time to aim a little before he shot and got his 6th kill. That will give him a top gun, doing very well for himself, taking a shot to his gun apparently, but it did nothing more than just get absorbed into spaced armor apparently. This D2 got Never Aim in his sights. Martyr attempting to flank, but the enemy team really in a bad situation, down by 8 kills. There is virtually no chance of them coming back from that. Not unless Never Aim's team decides to start team killing or making some very poor life decisions. But I don't foresee that happening. They're up by 10 kills now, 12-2, perhaps even 13-2 here in a minute. There we go, that Martyr 2 getting himself killed. I saw that one coming from a mile away. And this D2 really set and determined on trying to kill Never Aim here. Never Aim having a full shot on his side. The D2 quite heavily armored for a tier 3 tank. Most other tier 3s having a hard time getting through him. Never Aim requesting help, and I cannot blame him for that one bit. Trying to get some damage on him. Let's see if we'll... Yes, he finally got through his armor somewhat, but not really much. Again, Never Aim not really utilizing the advice of a lot of times those train cars won't save you. Especially in closer engagements, they'll just shoot underneath him. But he was trying to use what little cover he did have, ending up getting 6 kills in a 15-2 match. That was heavily one-sided. When I said early on the enemy team had a slight advantage in terms of tanks, apparently that was made up for a complete difference in skill between the two teams. Now, experience close to 1,000. Very good for a tier 3 match. Credits quite decent as well. So 6 kills, 2 damage, 4 detected. 62 shots fired. He gets approximately 50% accuracy. Yeah, no sniper for him this match, but top gun definitely his. So back-to-back commentary, that was kind of fun. Like I said, my next couple of videos are going to be back-to-backs just so I can get through them. Anyway, yeah, like I said, in these 2 games, Never Aim was very lucky, and especially in that one where he completely cheated death. But both rounds getting a top gun, and then the previous one getting... both? No, it was just a top gun, was it not? Yes. So anyway, if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And as always, if you got a replay like Never Aim here, send it to replay blah 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 blah. Tripping over my own tongue. Send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. Email is in the description. And as always, this has been Spang, and I'm signing off.